on the board. It is pronounced effulgence. The E sounds like A. Effulgence. Can we repeat that? Effulgence. It means shining brightly, radiant. And the example says, standing there was my father with the most effulgent smile on his face, like a bright smile. Would like you to use the word today. I've been thinking about it. How am I going to use this word? And it just says it all in the room. Everybody's faces are effulgent. Thank you.
Next on my list is the timekeeper for today. Toastmaster Chisom Orizu. Toastmaster Chisom Orizu is a printer, is a process engineer in the FMCG industry. He enjoys reading history through biographies and memoirs. His favorite saying is, you never know until you try. You never know until you try.
Very good morning to fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
As I see the effulgent faces looking at me today, I am very excited to take on this role at the time. Now, we have three phases at the table the Toastmaster of the day has mentioned: the prepared speeches, the evaluation, and the impromptu speeches. For the prepared speeches today, they will run through 5 to 7 minutes. And once the speaker has reached the 5-minute mark, I will show the speaker the green. And once he's at 6, the yellow. And once he has exhausted the time at 7, he will see the red mark. And once he has exhausted the time, he will have 20 seconds, 30 seconds to wrap up. And if he doesn't wrap up within the 30 minutes, then he or she is disqualified. The same goes for the impromptu speeches, which runs for 2 minutes. And for the evaluation, 2 minutes and 3 minutes as well. Thank you.
The outcome tonight is Toastmaster Uju Somto, who is an HR business partner who joined Toastmasters in 2022. She enjoys spending time with family, and her favorite quote is, "These two shall pass." A round of applause.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here today and see you. Happy New Year once more. So that's for today myself. I was looking out for that and of work, and also at the end of the session, I will leave my comments. Thank you.
The listening evaluator for today's meeting is Toastmaster Love Anuporo, who is a media strategist and an entrepreneur. She joined Toastmasters in 2022, and she loves nature and a creative writer, like poems.
Sure.
So who would be in her place? You?
It's so wonderful to see your faces. I'll be tuning in for the listening evaluator this afternoon. And what that means is I will be paying attention to all of the things you were saying this morning and testing your listening skills after speech. Thank you.
Coming to the end of my introduction of my team members, that I'm sorry to sit tight and be very attentive in the meeting, so it's going to be educated.
See, I mean, I think I might be having you by the stage when I'm when people are leaving and coming, because when you are leaving and when you are coming, the clap, the energy you bring. Is it an outfit? What is it? So that maybe I can relate. Is it the outfit? Oh, it's my ear that is distracting you when it is well. For those that just came in after the fact, I guess I didn't really ask you guys, how was your December? Was it?
It was dirty.
Was dirty? Yeah. What they clean December? You clean and lie. Okay, only December. But I am sure some of you had it photo December. Not even get again photo. Who knows what photo is? All of you are forming. You're all forming like you. You're all forming like you don't know what photo is. For the purposes of Toastmasters, photo means it's not just dirty, it's really dirty. So we have met the evaluation team, and it's time for us to step up the game. By an additional flavor, we'll move to the prepared speeches portion of the meeting. And today, we will be graced by two speeches. No, we can't start the year like this. So we can't start the year by canceling speeches. What do you put cancel? Let me call them out. What is that? Who got here? Cornell here. Yeah. I'm about to call you out. So as I said, so we have three speeches. Huh? It's still two. No, so the person is here, he or she will not give. No, you give it all, you must do. Eh? No. Oh, okay, table topics first. Okay. That's how I'm starting my new year with violence. I know, nice guy doesn't walk. All right, so we'll start off with table topics, and people are throwing me off. Okay, so table topics today will be done by a guy that I have known for a very long time. Actually, when I came to this great club, this was one of the people that motivated me to want to even join Toastmasters, because he was so eloquent. He had his own style. When he comes to the stage, you see he has some extra things that he does to, the glasses and the hats. When you change this hat game, I don't go and say to but this guy is a great speaker, and he's someone that has always motivated me to really try and be better. And I'm glad that to see him today. So without further ado, this is a guy that really, I know not usually I say you should jam your hands, but this is someone that you should jam your hands extra, because you really enjoy him on stage. TM Chima Ezife. I have been corrected. Yeah. No. Say it correctly. Yes.
Morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm excited this morning. Absolutely. Believe in the presence of Toastmasters for joy. Absolutely. I believe in the spirit. That is the spirit of the old guy. So this morning, I'll be your table topic master. And this is the moment where some people want to excuse themselves to go to the restroom. You don't have to go to the restroom. You have to remain here, because this is a very important segment. You're expected to speak for 2 minutes, thinking on your speeches. The essence is not to ridicule you, but at least to make you speak confidently. That's the story of a man, expert, a gynecologist. He attended a women conference and the MC recognized him and said, hey, we have this expert here. Towards the closing of the event, he was invited to give the vote of thanks. So the audience were applauding him, just like you guys were applauding me as I was coming out. And the guy was approaching the lectern, and behold, he left through the next door. He wrote that that was the most embarrassing moment of his life. So this is the segment where we can strengthen you so that when you find yourself in such a situation, you don't have to exit through the door. And then I would ask, are we ready? Yes. Are we ready? Right. So usually I pass the gavel and I will sing wherever I stop. Whatever the gavel stop, the person goes to the next I'm walling through the sun. That's all I wonder how. What's the problem? So she's not at you. The more you clap, the better you want. Don't worry, it's a very simple topic. It's very simple. What are the benefits you got from Toastmasters if you join? Simple.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Tell us your name.
My name is Toastmaster Korede Bolademi. I joined Toastmasters in October 2020, and it was a COVID time. I was just on transfer back to Nigeria from Togo, where I was working Ecobank Transnational Incorporated. Okay, what have I got as the benefits of Toastmasters? If I look back and I tell you what I do as a person, and you look at why I'm here, you probably would wonder, why is she here? In terms of role, I'm the head of consumer banking in Ecobank Nigeria. But a few years ago, I just felt, Korede, there's some things you don't do right. You don't communicate right. I might lead right, but I think a lot of it, when you communicate well, you also can improve your issues. So one of the best things I learned from a very, very junior colleague of mine, who I met when I was out of Lagos, selling a product. She sold that product so well. I asked her, where did you get that from? She said it was from Toastmasters. Can I have the address? Procrastination. I didn't join until I had more time on my hands during COVID. So one of the things I have learned is that first, you speak better. You learn things from people that are not as senior as you. And guess what? You don't have to be embarrassed about it. Because when you're embarrassed about it, you don't get the benefits. So I still have more time to talk. Okay. So that was the first thing. The second I have learned, and I mean, it's a very good takeaway. It's also the networking I get from here. People from all walks of life. People who are doing things to improve themselves, entrepreneurs, and believe that this additional benefit will help my business. For me, I'm not going to stop till I give my next speech. Right?
You were supposed to return the gavel while you were coming on stage. Well, leave it there. I don't for it to be privileged. I would have called you back there, but I am the joy. I listen to talk. Oh, I am. Darling. I noticed that whenever I'm singing, everybody's like this. Well, if you have to talk to me, love me. Thank you. See a very simple topic. If the 2023 presidential election goes south, That is, meaning if your candidate loses, what would you do? You also have the right to tell us if you don't have any candidates.
Beautiful morning, Toastmasters and guests. Good morning. I have a candidate for the presidential election. My candidate, you want to know?
Yes.
Share who my candidate is. I have to describe my candidate. If I describe my candidate, you're likely to know my candidate. If my candidate loses the election, what would I do? My candidate is going to or may lose the election, but he's not going to lose his place. That tells you that my candidate is a male. My candidate has been a great leader, and he will continue to be a great leader. So there's nothing to do. Whether he wins or loses, he's still a winner. He is a leader and he will continue to win. Just if my candidate wins, I'm going to be an advocate because my candidate is likely to do a lot of great things that we young Nigerians want. What I will do is to become a better me because many things will work, and I would also be working with my effulgent self.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying yourself. If you are, can I hear you say, I? That's fire on the mountain. Big fire. The big fire. Big fire. Stop there. It's already have to be such guys now. Very simple. There was a protest in October 2020 due to bad governance. Do you foresee that happening this year, and why?
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. The protest in October 2020 was a beautiful one because I like violence. We like violence not because not like we don't feel for the oppressed, neither do we support the oppressors. We just like the interactions that go through. But it just did not end well, and most of us knew how it ended. For me, I don't foresee such an occurrence anytime soon. Definitely not this year in 2023. The reason being that humans are animals of experience. And when an experience is painful, it takes tremendous courage to go through such again. We understand how our leaders respond to things like that, the brutal force they use and all that. So it makes people think twice whenever they want to embark on such an experience. It might definitely happen again if the suffering increases, but it will take a little time when people have kind of forgotten a bit what they went through in 2020. And that time, I do not think it's going to be this year, 2023. Majorly because I pray for this. Thank you very much.
I will not pass the gavel. I want a volunteer. Okay, those online, are you ready? Can anybody volunteer online? Angela,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
yes, I can.
Right. This question says you are an agric teacher and you have a class. You ask your class to define germination for you. And one of them said that germination is the jamming together of two motors into a narrow path.
I didn't hear that though.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I heard up to when you said you have a class, so maybe you want to repeat everything again.
To define germination for you.
Define
Germination.
germination. Okay.
And now one said that germination is the jamming together of two motors into a narrow. How would I address that student?
Well, thank you very much for that question, Mr. Toastmasters. I would like to say that as a teacher, first of all, part of your role is to encourage your students, right? And keep them motivated. So I'll start by thanking the student for answering the question and telling the student that, well, he or she is politically correct in terms of anything could be the way you interpret it, right? So 10 people can look at one thing and see it from different perspectives. Doesn't mean that one person is more correct. But having said that, I would come back and talk to the student, tell the student that explain the real meaning of germination and explain in the context that I expected the student to explain. Now, what will that do for the student? It will still continue to boost the student's confidence and help the student so that next time the student will feel very happy to talk. Will make the student feel good that at least the effort for trying to answer the question is appreciated. So next time the student will be as confident as every Toastmaster. And even if you want to blab rubbish, you should be confident enough to say what you want to say. Thank you very much.
President, I think I've done 4. Should I do more? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, breathe in, breathe out. Congratulations that I didn't call you. And then also congratulations to those that actually came out here and elected. I need to know the names again so that the people voting will know. What's your name? I didn't capture that. Korode, second speaker. Fumi, the third speaker. Uguna, and then the fourth, Angela. So thank you for collaborating with me in this segment. I'll probably go to the master for this.
That was not a good applause for the same one that was trying. TM Shima Zipe. That was the clap for him. We have to clap for everyone that came up here. I thought they did a good job. Have we voted yet? No. Okay, they are passing the little slips in a couple of seconds. So as a reminder, TM Korede at the end. Number 2 was TM Fumi. Number 3 was TM Ugona, and the last person was Angela online. All right, so please vote for. Not like that. Oh, TM Angela, not Angela online. I'm thinking funny things. Yeah, so please vote for. So while we are voting, in terms of New Year's resolutions, do we all have New Year's resolutions? Why? I thought this was something everybody. Yeah, you don't say that. TMC might not have the New Year's resolutions. So what happened? We don't believe. Oh, we are already okay. We have reached the pinnacle of ourselves. Oh, why? I'm curious. Why?
Another day.
Just another day. Ah. This is maybe this is a generational thing. That's a Gen Z guy. You have Gen Z. You have You have goals? New Year's resolution?
I think New Year goals sounds more like it.
Oh, okay. But oh, you do monthly. Ah, I like that. Month instead of yearly. Because the whole year is online. Do we have resolutions?
Well, I don't believe in a lot in resolutions, because what happens is you get the big resolution and you never get to do anything. So I believe more in New Year goals, setting the goals. Well, like he said, smart goals. So you can decide that within the month of January, I'll achieve this, within the month of February, or within the next 4 months, this is what I'm going to do and work towards it. So New Year goals more like New Year resolutions.
I like that. You know, monthly goals. I like that. I have a New Year's resolution. Japa.
So you just came back.
I know. I don't think that I'm not encouraged. You know, but you know what? For today's meeting, I've been seeing a lot of effulgent faces. So I think these effulgent faces I'm seeing like motivate me to not Japa this year. Maybe postpone it to maybe March. I think we've all voted now. So I'll be calling on the individual that will be evaluating the table topic session. This is another person that I am so glad to see her. I haven't seen her in a minute. She is a lawyer and a one-time secretary of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters. She joined Toastmasters in 2009. She loves Toastmasters, socializing, writing and reading. She has won Best Table Topics Speaker at the area level contest. Please make welcome to the stage, TM Dara Lalai.
Firstly, I would like to say that it's a pleasure seeing all of you, or your effulgent faces today. So, I would like us all to give a round of applause to the speakers today. The first speaker was TM Corey. When she approached the lectern, I was a bit wary. I wasn't sure of how she was going to deliver her speech. Very, very impressed, very impressed. It took a while for her to get into the question. Once she got into the question, she addressed it perfectly. Now, what I would have liked to see from her speech delivery would have been more purposeful movements, but that did not detract from what she said, how she said it, and a perfect conclusion. She spoke about the benefits of her joining Toastmasters, and I really got the benefit. So well done, Tim Purdy. Thank you. The next speaker was Tiem Fumi. Her question was, if the 2023 elections go south, what will she do? Now, she addressed the question perfectly. She talked about her candidates. She gave us an idea of who she might be voting for. At the same time, I noticed movements to one side of the stage. She focused on this side. There was a bit of hand clasping. She used the word of the day. I thought that was fantastic. I was wondering, are we not going to hear the word of the day today? But she used it. And for me personally, what I love to see and hear when people are giving speeches is not only do they address the question, but do we come away with either an action point or how to give better speeches. It could be in the little things, how they speak, how they move, how they raise their voices, how they demonstrate. And TM Fumi, you did that wonderfully. So well done to you again. The next speaker was, I think he's a Toastmaster, TM Guna. There was a protest in October 2020.
Do you see that happening this year? Now, I was stunned when he said he liked violence. I said, So his opening was very interesting. You weren't even sure how he was going to address the question. It was something that got our attention, and I love that. Now, he stood in one position. This was a question that you could have moved around, or you didn't even need to move around. You could have been more, you could have demonstrated more your hand movements. Violence, I mean, it's not a pleasant topic, but you could have used your stationary, you could have been stationary and still use your hands to address the question in that fashion. Another thing I noticed, you kept on looking at the Toastmaster of the day.
I'm fine.
Yes. Yes. And then you mentioned that you are a man of peace. So that was a bit contradictory to your violence nature. But I loved how you addressed the question. And let's be real, nobody wants to see violence. So your conclusion was very, very apt. So well done to you. Finally, TM Angela or just Angela, I'm not sure. Your question was, you're a library teacher and a student misunderstands a particular word, the meaning of that word. How would you address it? Now, it was perfect. You're a teacher, so you know how to handle such a situation. And you walked us through exactly how you handle that situation. I observed that you were very calm in your demeanor. So it made me think, yes, so you really have practical experience on this, and you showed that to us. What I would have liked to see is you're on, this is teleconferencing, video calling, or rather video conferencing. Your movements, you're not able to move because you're sitting down. But at the same time, you could have used your voice to actually show us, yes, thank you, thank you. Emphasize how you would have dealt with that student, or maybe dealt is not the right word, but how you would have responded to that student in such a situation. You also spoke a little bit curly, just a little bit. So I would have liked to see more, a slower, well, should I say, I'll use the word emphasis again, emphasizing your words better, but not emphasizing in terms of vocal variety, emphasizing in terms of the speed at which you spoke, so that we can grasp, or maybe grasp isn't the right word, so that we can have an idea of how you would have dealt with it in that situation. So I think I'll relate the comment about vocal variety and speed. I would actually lump it together. But again, you also addressed the question, and I really liked your attitude and how you would have done it. I like how you spoke or addressed the question. So ultimately, I would like to say this was a very, very wonderful session, and the questions were all well addressed by the speakers. And seeing your effulgent faces it's music to my ears.
Thank you, TM Dara. I've been sitting down for the past 30 minutes thinking of another use of this emotion. I need help. I think that's we said our first advice. Yeah. So I guess all of us, or most of us, are probably not having effulgent days because of the traffic that is outside. Was that right?
You're right.
You're right. I some people didn't really move because really affected them. They didn't drive there. So that was quite there. But it's okay. The next part of the meeting we are going to go to is the networking session. I think this is a very great session. This is the time. It's like a 5-minute break. The time 5 minutes. It's a time for us to try to meet someone, try to connect, network, because I think networking is the bane of human society. If we are not able to, I know most of us, me especially, during the pandemic, when I couldn't meet people at the cafeteria and argue about Arsenal or whatever, I felt I had mental health issues. But now I know that I'm not crazy. So please, yes, human beings, see, and that's the thing about Toastmasters in life. If you don't have the right words, somebody out there has to. You know, she just whispered it. She didn't even say, human beings are what? She's on her own. Send your children to this school. Please, let me just tell you. You know what's funny? So about a month or two ago, right? So I'm scrolling through LinkedIn and I see her, you know, Joy. She's with two people I went to school with. You know, so it just shows you how small this world is and the network that you can have. So automatically now, I know that she's connected to that person, you know, and we can run some, we'll still run some things every now and then. So please, meet somebody that you can run things with. 5 minutes. Very BTM. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. If I not clear what I was saying, I understand. I understand what you said, you know. From the enthusiasm during the break and the refusal of this esteemed crowd to come and sit back down, I can tell that you are enjoying ourselves. But every good thing must do what? Yeah, I was smart. So at this point, we met. Some of you are too interested. I think we'll move on for the purpose of time. We'll move on to the next portion of the meeting. We have 4 speeches, or now 3 speeches prepared. Oh, it's back before. That's what to do. Let me try motivational speaker. Sometimes things might not start the way that you wanted them to start. Oh! I see motivational speaker in your life.
Good schools produce effulgent students.
Okay, so let's be sure that I know the need of what that means, standing brightly. I'll use it in a sentence. I love seeing your effulgent smiles. Right thing you can say no one right. Right. So the first speech today will be given by CM Cornell, And I saw him earlier, he stepped in and he's coming with a lot of energy. And if you know me, I love energy. Tim Cornell is an FMCG entrepreneur who joined Toastmasters in 2020. He loves reading and writing and tigers. Wait, tigers in big cats or tiger? Oh, you have to clarify. You know, he'll be evaluated by, we've already met her, TM Kumi Ilorin.
Tim Cornell is in the pathway of innovative planning. Today, he'll be sharing with us on the topic, Level 1, Project 3, my 2023 journey. And he'll be evaluated by his vocal variety. I'll be looking out for his body language, going to improve on his speeches. Thank you.
My 2023 journey, TM Cornell Omopai.
Good morning, good afternoon, Toastmasters, friends, and guests. Like you heard, my name is Cornell, and I'm doing my speech today. And happy New Year again to every one of you. This is 2023, and my speech goes like this. While everyone were waiting to step out of 2022, I was not that eager, I was not that waiting. I was doing a search. I was searching for something. I was searching for what I need to do to make 2023 more successful. And so in my search, I stumbled on an old man. Or rather, I heard about this old man. It was about him that he can answer actually all my questions. And so I went on that wide search. He lives on the outskirts of Lagos State. So I went on that wide search precisely 31st morning, early 31st morning of December. And so I went searching for him. After a long search, the search was not easy. The journey was difficult, was long, I had to do a lot of bend, a lot of all of that. And finally, I got to him. And when I knocked on his door, I had an old man, but I was not, I had an old man just answered. And when the man opened the door, he was this white-bearded, old, tired man like this. And he looked at me and he said, "What do you seek, young man?" I looked at him and I said to him, "I'm looking for what I need to make 2023 very successful." And he looked at me with kind and knowing. Yes, he looked at me and he said to me, "My son, you need to change your mindset." So 2023 will not give you what you want. 2023 will give you the basis of who you are. And I looked at him, I was thinking. And then he went further again. Said, "My son, you must accept into your space quality people." See, that was not enough, I was thinking, quality people. who are these quality people? I don't even know how I was thinking. And he said, he came to me. Said, you must develop good communication skill. So, but in 2023, once you open your mouth, you will tell the world who you are. And so, I felt I got it all. I was happy. I was excited. The man locked his door. So, I was grateful for what I got. And again, I was going. And all of a sudden, I heard the door open. The door opened again. I told him he was fun. He said to me again, I will change everything. So in 2023, was listen to your heart. So your heart holds the key to your success. So when you listen to it, you will find what you truly want and need. And then I thank him. I thank him because I felt fulfilled, like, thank God. So I was going back, heading back to 2023. Remember, I left in the early morning of 2022. So I was heading back to 2023. I was very excited, I was going. The journey was not easy, as in the beginning. It was also a rigorous journey. But I was going, one thing was in my mind. Your heart holds the key to your success. I was so happy and grateful. Fellow Toastmasters, friends and guests, as I entered 2023, I said, listen to my heart. I've listened to my heart. I've truly found being able to get what I want to get, what I need to get, what I need to know to be able to get success, what I need to request, and be able to find it. And I knew from that time on, and as week goes into months, at the end, as 2023 comes to an end, for my quest, know that I'll be able to make a very sound success. And so I want to also enjoin every one of you. You have not made your own resolutions. I've made mine. And I'm looking to see how I make success with mine. Please. This is still new, the year is still early. This is the 21st of January. Please, start to draw your thought, start to put it down. It's hard to start, but start to write it down if you have not written yours. And if you have written yours, please start to make effort. And not just see it as a goal, but also see it as something that you must do, something that you must achieve deliberately. Thank you, Toastmasters, friends and guests. The Toastmaster.
Thank you, TM Cornell. Was anybody thinking what I was thinking? That's a Hollywood movie. The man, the guy came out. No, but he went to a remote area, and now his bush, we call it in Nigeria. Oh, sorry, it's a rural area. Yeah, rural area. But that guy is a motivational speaker. What is that? When you open your mouth, you will tell people who you are. You must listen to your heart. Thank you for that. I mentioned we have 4 speeches for today. The second speech will be delivered by TM Wafika. I was fortunate enough to to be introduced to her like 2 weeks ago, last week, and she's an author. She's a great achievement. I plan to write a book someday in my life. And she'll be evaluated by, her introduction is, Wafika joined Toastmasters in 2022. She's a geologist and writer. Her hobbies are writing, reading, decorating, outdoor activities, trying new things, and traveling. An interesting fact about her is that she's a jack of many trades, master of writing about them. I've started going through her. I purchased her novel last week and I started going through it. It's a great read. If during the course of the meeting or after the meeting, if you can stop by and how much is it again? Oh, sorry, she's launching. It's how much? How much is it again? It's okay, you're still in launching phase. You know, launching phase is support. So anything, if you have 1 million, just can do that. I was fortunate I supported her last week, I think 2 of us, and it's a great read. I started reading the book, it's actually a good book. And she will be evaluated by heavyweights. I have to say, I have to introduce him slowly. Because TM Matthew. Now I need to do it up. It's TM first. Then you do it up. You can't just go and just say. You have to start slowly. Start slowly. I'm part of starting slowly. TM Matthew. When I joined Toastmasters, Lighthouse, I think he was the president then. I don't know. My memory, I'm becoming young, so I'm losing my memory, my memory cells. So TM Matthew was once, as I mentioned, the president of Lighthouse Toastmasters and a past Area 27 director. He's a sales and corporate executive who has won several TM awards. Please, if your hands are free, sounding applause for DTM Matthew Amalka.
Okay, yeah, firstly, I want to say that it's such a pleasure to be back home because I'm just hearing with my wife that we're into the future now. Lighthouse is fond memories, and I always think about this place as the breeding ground for excellent communication. Really, I was really into teamwork. Because objectives. So she's on the pathway to presentation mastery, which is introduction to vocal variety and body language. So the focus is she's going to give a speech, and we want to look at how she use her body to communicate her gestures, and then all of those things are non-verbal communication tools. Those are the things that we're looking at. So this is level 1, and we get 2, you have 5 to 7 minutes, and I wish that a round of applause for 2.
This is wonderful marketing, by the way. The girl in the labyrinth. Girl in the labyrinth. TM Wafika Adabu.
Morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So my project is on verbalization and body language. So I'm going to be reading from my book, The Girl in the Labyrinth. Nella was a workaholic, and she knew that one of these days she should just relax, dip her legs in the sand and watch the sunset on the horizon. But that day was not today. Events like this were most beneficial to her because she got all the intel she needed for any project she's working on. Either something to do with the family business or her trade as a lawyer. She had been trying to steer the family business in a positive direction for a while, And the coal carrier that was moving that night of the unfortunate incident was supposed to be the second to the last. They had also been trying to acquire an oil block at the Dahomey Basin, somewhere between Togo and Ghana. But the feasibility study was sketchy, and not thanks to her brother, which is geoscientist. He's just geoscientist in the head, nothing to show for it. It was the third person she spoke to on the dance floor. She has been asking him questions non-stop about the business environment of Ghana. Since he started a company in that country, the first two people she spoke to were in total war. One was plugging her ears with the prediction of the 2019 election and his theory as to why the election was moved from February to 14th. While the second one lost her, immediately he started reading his manifesto to her. It's our business. She really doesn't care about politics, except it has something to do with the family business, and she is not going to start today. She couldn't waste precious time dancing with somebody she would rather avoid and not make good use of the moment. Why not sit down and talk about this? Say Ibrahim, the son of Senator Badamasi Ismaila. Nene and Ibrahim have been friends when her family moved to Kaduna to Abuja 10 years ago. Then he was the hottest senior boy in school, and all the girls told about him. She did have a little crush on him, but at 8 when he went to school. And after that, started his IT company at the UK. He also had a branch in Ghana, New York, and Nigeria. Whoever started that place, rich spoiled kid. Ibrahim is one of the most hardworking person she knows, and he's rich. That would be a great idea as we name. They took their seats in the less crowded tables. They took their seats in the less crowded tables, while others used the dance floor for every other thing aside from dancing, talking, taking pictures. See, Nene, let me give you straight. Yes, they have 2 refineries, and the Temi oil refinery, which you are interested in, can only process lower grade crude oil and cannot refine oil from the new local field in which you want to acquire, Ibrahim said. I know all of that. My brother gave me all he could pick up as a geologist. I need a business approach, and I'm coming to you. To be honest with you, Nene, you will have a higher chance investing in that refinery here in Nigeria than that of Temi oil refinery. They are going into business with Samsung Corporation of Southern Korea, and you know how dominating those people can be. Except you can take something higher than what they are doing. How much are we talking about? Around $2 million, $200 million. 200 what? You want the FCC to come for our head. Even if we have that kind of money, you know, the society is sketchy right now. Then what's stopping you from investing in Dangote's refinery here in Nigeria? You can either bring your crude from the seaway. Ibrahim, you know it's not like that. There are some other things involved. Well, I also hear that there is an indigenous oil company that will be commissioning their refinery sometime next year. They've started building it and they are a reputable company. Yes, I've heard of them. They are Walter Smith, right? They only refine low grade diesel and those things, but I want PMX. Then the case is settled. Just use Dangote refinery and export your raw crude. Let me ask you something. Then let's see with a serious expression. Shoot. If Dangote decide to open a Silicon Valley in Nigeria, will you invest in it? I know where you are going with this question, and trust me, it's not the same thing. Investment in Dangote cement and salt. But for a tech value, I will be looking for investments for myself since I operate in the same area. So how is it not the same thing? For one thing, you aren't into the oil and gas business yet. Now let me tell you your business project. One will be that acquired an oil and OPL in offshore Niger Delta. You haven't even started any prospecting yet. Secondly, you don't have a refinery. You just want to invest in someone else's refinery. Why not be in Nigeria? That will you grow the economy. Preach, boy. And let's say in sarcasm. No, it's not about preaching. I know you, Nene, and I know that it isn't just about the unfriendly business environment of Nigeria that you're trying to avoid, taking your business elsewhere. You are scared. I don't know of whom or what, but Nigeria is the country you've been running your illegal business. Why not make a huge impact here? I'll be stopping here since my time is over. Thank you.
Thank you, Tien Wapika, for that excerpt from your book. Before we move on, listening to our speech, I started thinking that I should do an oil and gas day. So, any oil and gas people in the house? No, she went to the bush already. Oh, bush. Oil and gas. So we'll connect. See, that's why if you have met her during the break, you can connect. But thank you for that great speech about your book. And I mentioned about her book. She just wrote the book and she's launching it. Explore the Labyrinth. So please, after the meeting, you can step to her if you want to get a copy of it. And you would have gotten a copy of this one of these. Please write some love notes to the speakers, let them know what you liked, what you want them to go upon in their speech. Communication and evaluation is not a one person activity. It's a group activity. So we have, instead of having 3 speeches, 4 speeches, you have 3 speeches. And the last speech is by CM Ayodeji Jayola. CM Ayodeji is an information security and risk management professional who offers cutting-edge enterprise IT security services in the financial sector. He's keen on continuous improvement and innovation, while open to consulting and advisory opportunities. He joined Toastmasters in 2020. Is he really he or she? Oh, hey, hello. Does that happen to you when you're supposed to know somebody? Yeah, or you don't know their name, but you know them, and then so that was that sad moment. You'll be evaluated by DTN Chima. Yes,
Toastmasters and guys.
Good day.
Good day.
Here, my name is I'll be speaking from the Pathways Manual CCP project category public relations strategy. The purpose of the project is for members to practice skill leadership, effectively use public relations strategy for influence. We're also expected to share some aspects of the personal public relations strategy. It's going to be titled Toastmasters Conference and you have 5 to 7 minutes on that.
CM Ayodeji Jayola.
Several years ago, my uncle and myself visited a food vendor. My uncle is late today. Akinloye Omolari. 2 wraps of pounded yam each and vegetables, which you know as a follow. Delicious. When we finished, he paid for the pounded yam and the meat, and we're on our way. For as many of us that know University of Ibadan, in the ancient town of Ibadan, I paused along the line and I asked a question. Uncle Akin, that's what we call him. You only pay for the wraps of yam, pounded yam, and the meat. You did not pay for the vegetable. He smiled. For crying out loud, that was my very first time of eating outside my house. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon. That was a memory years ago. Toastmasters Conference 2.0 is on the way. Before I talk about Toastmasters 2.0, PTM Chima, in just 30 seconds, can you tell us something memorable you can still remember today? Just a few seconds. I just want to use it to drive home a point.
And the last conference, we had to engage the state and culture, who came and demonstrated was India, to our audience, because we have people talk across the state of West Africa. It was really a nice moment to showcase our Nigerian culture and news.
Thank you, DTN Chima. He has made my work very easy. Now, look at your screen. Just keep looking at your screen. Now, my first time outside this country was to Dubai. And when I got to the Dubai International Airport, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. I thought that was all. I moved to Abu Dhabi International Airport. I told myself, there is need for you to enjoy this life. When I got to UK, I was like, sorry, this is the reason why a lot of people keep making efforts to leave the country. Memories. For Toastmaster Conference 2.0, the plan is to create memories for you. Now, join me on this journey ride. This is 2022 events. This was in Abuja. Different events. So can you minimize this? I want to show some people so that you won't think maybe it was something that was outside. Who knows this person sitting here? You can't see the face. Can you minimize it? Just keep scrolling. I don't have so much of time. Okay, I'll keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Scrolling. Pause. Go back. Go back there. No. Oh, fantastic. Just pause here. Now, I'm sure this is a familiar face. Yeah. This is a very familiar face here. Now, what do we plan for 2023? 2023 is going to be a big program. And I'm glad Toastmasters in Lighthouse and Lighthouse Prestige have decided to connect appropriately. And starting from the theme. The theme for 2023 Toastmasters Conference is transformation through communication. Connect, excel, and growth. I don't have all the time to talk about the connection, the excelling, and the growth. But I'm sure even when TM Korede came to the front, I was talking about the fact that she is from EcoBank. You could understand that joining Toastmasters brings about a whole lot of things. For 2023, a lot of things have been put in place. But there are two things I'm going to conclude with. And that talks about where I want you to play out. The first one is creating awareness, and that is what I'm doing today. The second one has to do with partnership. The Toastmaster of the day talked about starting a company, oil and gas, and the rest like that. Oh my God. just make sure you are around for the Toastmasters Conference 2023. You are going to connect with everyone and everybody. I can see the green. Now, let me begin to wrap up what I'm talking about. The program, a lot of things are already in place. I've spoken about the theme, and the logistics team are already working on so many things. Another thing you are also going to enjoy during that program is going to be the cultural nights. From the eastern part of the country, the northern part of the country, any part of the country in which you are going to enjoy the best of time. There is also going to be a dinner night. Can you please take it to where people were eating? Well, the dinner night is going to be a period where people have maximum enjoyment. Maximum enjoyment. And this is also going to be part of the memory you'll be talking about in future. And finally, there is going to be an award night. Please tell me, you don't want to get any award. Let me see you with your hands. No one. It is going to be a night whereby all our efforts, all our works will be rewarded. And I don't want you to miss it. The awareness has been created. Now, partnership. Where do you work? NNPC? Am I right? Partner with us, the Toastmasters. Partner with us, and we will ensure that all that has to do with your company is given the proper publicity. Finally, if you want to go fast, you can decide to go alone. But if you are going to get far, let's do it together. Back to you, the Toastmasters.
We are really encouraged or ginger, let me say, in the local marriage. Toastmasters Conference 2.0. You went to a good school. You went to a good school. What state they have? In Lagos State. Okay, we not say no. It's always, as we are just speaking, I started, my hands started itching. All this oil and gas money is about. I feel like I'm going to connect to that oil and gas money. It's not in this room. They are coming to that conference, right?
Yes.
How much ticket?
We'll talk about all those later.
You have to tell people now, like, be on the lookout. They're coming soon. So, are we having fun so far? Absolutely. At this point, I will transition to, remember we spoke about the 3 parts of the meeting. We have done the impromptu session, right? I've introduced the evaluation team. You've listened to 3 wonderful speeches. It's now time for us to go to the, before we go, please vote for who you think had the best speech. And as a quick reminder, the first speaker was TM Cornell. The next speaker was TM Opika. And the last speaker was TM Ayodeji Jayola, telling us about the January for the day in the person of TM. I love your name, by the way. TM Mini.
Let's pick up for the day. Let's take our report from my team members. First on my list is TM Kumi Hillary. Give us a review.
All right. Beautiful afternoon once again. Well done. Thank you for making that important presentation and bringing it to light. You use the vocal variety. Listen now. Oh. Okay. And continue with my evaluation. It needs to be here. The next person.
That's my latest team love you to evaluate Toastmaster.
Okay, I'll just go straight into Toastmaster one. I don't know the books are. Now, Toastmaster one, the teacher decided to choose the reading as an example of book as the most by which you will use vocal variety, body, tone, and pitch. Firstly, I love that smile. I love the way you smile as you give your speech. Was really endearing and what was the speech. Unfortunately, I wasn't certain about the choice of the reading of the text of the Bible as the mode of communicating and exercising the technicality that you're supposed to exercise in the video speech. Because what it did was you all kept your eye fixated on the book most times, and the purpose is connect between you and the audience. And remember, the purpose of the speech was for you to be able to get the audience through vocal variety, through body language, hand gesture, tone, and pitch. Now, the moment you started spending more time reaching at the book, there was a disconnect. Now, because of that, we couldn't see the tone of your voice up and low. It was monotonous, it was flat, more or less. I didn't even see any kind of cadence, any pitch, during the course of the speech. Now, another thing that I also noticed was because you were looking at the book most time, and you were more like a drama. The setting was really creates the setting for us to see that and get engaged with you. Remember, when you're communicating, you're speaking and you're speaking back to you. If you're speaking to yourself, it's a monologue. It was supposed to be a dialogue, and the body speaks help people to yourself, but it wasn't happening. I don't want to hit the speech too much. Another thing that I would love to see, maybe if you created an opportunity to maybe memorize some of those things so that you play as it's or the book as against reading it. For me, that was I personally, and this is a personal opinion, I would have not approached the delivery of the speech for this particular project that I read from the excerpt of the reading inside this. But in conclusion, I love the enthusiasm in your voice as you give presentation. So it kind of like helped to manage our emotions and keep us listening. All in all, it was a good try. Keep speaking, keep walking on the ground. Thank you, Lord.
Next to evaluate, the next speaker is this distinguished Toastmaster Chima Ezekiel to evaluate Toastmaster Ayo.
You are acting without any value of that. Please on the TMI is my personal opinion, not for the audience. I love the way you walk here to the left and so I can see. Yeah, so I said I love the way you walk from the back to the front. Your people were applauding you. The applause, will always boost your confidence. I also love you delivered an exemplary speech. Of course, it's meaningful to the audience. You appeared completely self-assured in your audience, and then meaning that the audience level, what level, was almost at 50,000 feet above sea level. So engaged us with highly compelled and well-constructed content. By ourselves after COVID and all of that. Conference. I love the infectious face. Of course, which will always put the sun to shade. Greater eye contact, gestures in your speech. I love the coherency and clarity of your voice. I saw how everybody was interested. They want to come to the conference. And then you use of questions, to engage us. Of course, shows audience engagement. Remember, we have recommend. This is what I think differently. Your use of visual aid at the beginning was a bit disorganized. It was already playing while you're delivering your speech. It was supposed to start when you were ready to show us things, but you recovered it at some point. You were discussing cultural nights, lots of awards, and I think it was supposed to be sequence as they go. So you didn't do that. I would also want you to share more information about the conference because this audience might not get like this guy. Sometimes this is a new resolution. They decide to some people would, because of that, come for the next meeting because they want to come to the conference. I also expected a purposeful movement while you're delivering your speech. However, I love your strong stage presence while you're delivering your speech. Congratulations.
Consider so smart that evaluate you. The next this must have been Laura.
Thank you, and well done to everybody that gave speech and also gave presentations. I observed some words that were not properly pronounced. And I want us to be able to take this back so we can begin to use it over and over. That word is the letter E and R together. That word is pronounced Everybody say And the reason why I'm saying this is many times when you talk, you go about jams instead of germs. They're two different things. You go with my brother instead of brother. It is very obvious in many words, and the more we use it, the better we come back speaking. So your sister speaking when you go something, it's the proper way to pronounce the words. And I heard that a lot from many people. The word of simplified word, but we need to keep, just keep cracking it. How much more can I use this word? TM Garrett used it twice. Thank you for that. TM only used it once. TM Philip used it 3 times. We need to practice, we need to look for more ways to use it. If we do not learn new words, then our vocabulary will just be flat, and it's very important that we use it. I liked the descriptive nature of TM, DTM, Chima. It was trying to describe how a speaker in the presentation, and it said 50,000 miles above sea level, and it's oh good. It made everybody give that exclamation. It said for the sun to shame. And many times we need to be able to use quotes like that to enhance our speaking level. Thank you for today.
Just not a chief on something, you kind of give us your question.
Good afternoon once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Yeah.
The table topics section of the meeting, all of the speakers made time. And for the prepared speeches, all of the speakers made time. And for the evaluations as well.
The way that we have become accustomed to pronouncing the word left. Shima and Toastmaster Dara pronounced it so beautifully, it was like music. And then I need to re-emphasize this evaluation, we've forgotten, I know we've gone, holiday and that. Evaluation. What the title of Toastmaster was because in the labyrinth. Thank you. The people or the actors in Toastmasters, why do they acquire the old law?
See what?
I didn't hear. Our Peter had two people talking about an old law in her book. Why couldn't they acquire that law?
It was so expensive.
Nope.
You want to spend that kind of money and yet to still come after this.
It was Ghana. We're not there yet. I think they acquired the old law. I'm sure talking about like
I think based on that, the business decision was not
yeah, let's go that way, right? Accessibility
Study, yes.
Now, I think law location.
Yeah, during the crisis. The streets of Dahomey and Ghana.
Thank you. Of the 2023 Toastmaster conference is going in what?
Transformation through communication.
And what are the three focus areas?
Connecting, self,
And grow. And then one last question. Who are you connecting with at the conference?
everybody might.
Everybody
Okay, one
has
said.
one. Okay. Everybody has one. Everybody. Just for the key summary, you kindly give us a brief of the power of the time.
Oh, I know that.
So.
My record says we have one. Angela only. Wise. Three. Chima. One.
Count for yourself.
What are 5 times?
All right. So here is my evaluation of the meeting today. The room was equipped at the time. The guests were highly welcome, but when I came in, everybody was like, hey, so I want to believe every other person felt the same way. Did we?
No.
It's
always you.
Okay, the presiding officer was well prepared and organized. The meeting started a little bit late. The Toastmaster was properly introduced. He did well in his roles prior to the meeting. He introduced the theme and explained what the meeting was all about. He introduced General Evaluator, which is me properly. And he introduced the team of the Toastmasters topic very well too. However, a very few things that I like us to look at. It's been a while I came to Toastmasters. And I noticed one or two things that is a little bit different from when I came in. And I'd like to encourage us to lift up a little bit. How do I mean by this? I'll start with dressing. This was the Chima, can you please stand here on the place? This one is Toastmaster Chima. So if you're coming in your tradition that this is an appropriate way of dressing from head to toe. As a matter of fact, when we came in, it was the thing of if you're not looking proper, you can't even feel comfortable standing on the podium or even ready to talk to anyone. Toastmaster. I am taller. If you're coming to a meeting as a VP, it's encouraged to do the way she did. Please, would you kindly stand up over there? She either get to the meetings, I guess, or I think she's properly dressed from her people.
Look back.
So we have to let the girls properly dressed, but not completely dressed. Our president. Your outfit is actually very good today. So you don't have a copy. I noticed that for people that please kindly sit down. Thank you. For some of the speakers today, I noticed some of you were in jeans and t-shirts, and some of you were in jeans and when I came in, whenever I was coming, I made sure I made a new dress. The first thing anyone ever looks at you when you stand for the podium is to look at the way you dress. Okay, so I know today is a Saturday, but we need to come prepared for a place like this. It's a corporate meeting, right? So we need to come prepared. Even if you want to come in jeans, it's not very encouraged. Try to look a little bit corporate. Look at this. It's just like you're going for a Monday meeting. I also noticed some of us came in a little bit late. If Lighthouse Toastmasters were to be an airline and we're moving by 11 o'clock, all of us will be here before 11 o'clock to move on that airline. We will not give ourselves excuses that, oh, the traffic was running, or running late because of the traffic, or my daughter was crying at home, or something. We will catch up with the flights. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So let's assume when coming from meeting that this is an airline taking up very pretty soon. By the time and try to be here when we're asked to be here, so that we can all take off on time. You do not want to miss any part of the meeting because from beginning to the end, there is always something to learn. The table was a bit of the night. I'm becoming guilty. We look at this table, everything was. So those of us that were sitting on the table, we're all guilty of this. And for those of us that were not sitting on the table, please next time let's try to make it a little bit more arranged. In all, I think this meeting was a very successful one. We learned a new word, we used it properly. I loved the energy in the hall because everyone, we met new people. I love to see the faces I saw. I will not struggle to use that word because I don't want to make a mistake because the grammarian is still looking at me. The atmosphere was generally good and the meeting was an interesting one. And the words of can report coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success.
I was scared for a second, huh? You see, I mean, you are a monitor. You are a prefect in school. That's your. But I think everything she said, it's kind of apt. I remember when I crossed. So I moved from the US. Cultures are very different. This one. There's a reason why I'm saying it. I'm not going to say this. In the US, actually, it's totally different. I was wearing t-shirt and shorts. During the summer, people wear t-shirt and shorts. Slippers, everything. When I went to Eagle Toastmasters, Lighthouse, but the people that were running Eagle back then was very official. You can't compare. But the whole point being that culturally, it's different. But at the end of the day, please, Mr. Chima.
I just wanted to check this in the back there. Talking about the US, there was a day the US came from meeting. And the sister came from California with the meeting and she had a speech. I gave her since one of them. Because in the US, they are casual.
They are casual.
So she still said, I don't know when she goes to the US. I've never seen this. The South Africa is called. Anyway, I'm really sure. And I gave it to her. What is the truth? Because all the things I do now is true. So if you talk about just a roadside Christmas question, I just get some cheese and said I was okay and just gave it. So was giving a speech and she walked into the audience. Our people, and at the end, because it was Nigeria, she had this sandwich. And everyone was telling me what you want to say. I said, we were moving into that audience. Today, it was just you have a secret stage. And you were laughing out loud when you were speaking about it. South Africa, you would have only said, you know that something will happen. Because you never heard about it before. So I'm just talking about that. So when you talk about the US and Nigeria,
yes,
there are differences. I can tell you that what we had in the old, no US law. I'm telling you the trust me.
No, it's definitely a different vibe, right? So interestingly, during the pandemic, I was scared to take the drug, the vaccination.
Because of the work I said, guys, I am also.
Yeah.
I need to use something that's very just 3 hours for me. That's what we have.
That's it. To the point, I think. To the point, it's definitely want to be perfect to be more officially dressed, but sometimes it's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. It's not every time that you are able to be that. I think what's important is that you set a goal for yourself that you want to be better. We will not come here and say, you are too dressed, you are wearing short, they can go. No, right? But we want to try to set a standard. And if it happens that you are running around, assuming you have bike for yesterday, and you are out there all night, so we definitely encourage people to come and develop yourselves. At this point, my time is done.
Yeah.
Did I do a good job? At this point, I'll pass over the lecture to the president of this club.
Yes.
Yeah. Ned!
I don't stop now.
Because, yes, because I'm pressed for time, we can actually stop. But I think I would like us to really give another round of applause to our Toastmaster of the day, who made sure the energy was high and kept it there. Thank you very much. We are amazing. They're amazing. A lot of amazing things have happened today, and I must compliment everybody. It feels like a rainbow in this room. It's truly a huge. I think I qualified for half. But thank you very much. It's really been a very good one. I'd like to make very few comments. First of all, Sir Cornell is unavoidably absent, but if he ever walks in before I'm done, I would like him to still have his evaluation, and probably we vote for the best evaluator. But notwithstanding, we have two winners for today. We have the best table topic speaker, and then we also have the best in the prepared speech category. So that will be fine. I would like to first of all, as my agenda, introduce some of our guests who are on the virtual platform. We have a very special guest today, and if technology doesn't fail me, I'll be able to bring her on board. She is no other person than TM Angela. TM Angela is, just a second, please. So you put out the last name. I don't want to more than maybe she will help us pronounce it. But she's actually the president of her own club in the island. Just 1 second, please. Just 1 second, please. She is the president of Kildare Club in Ireland, and they have an event. So I'll give her the floor for 2 minutes to introduce herself and, more importantly, tell us about her events. TM Angela, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. And thank you for the opportunity. I also have one other member from my club, Anthony, and maybe he'll be talking more about the event. So we're having the event on the 24th of January. Is an international night of inspiration, and we're inviting different countries across the world. And everyone will be coming there to fly their flag. So it's really about inspiration. So one of the things across the globe that should be a silent resolution really is the goal that our mental health really is our priority, and we should look after it. So I think that if you want to be inspired, you want to be motivated, it's good to engage in all those inspirational and motivational activities. According to Albus Dumbledore, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the lights. So inspiration really is part of the ways of turning on the lights and keeping oneself motivated. So with this, the event is on Tuesday, the 24th, and we'll be having 2 inspirational speakers. One of them has no legs, and he's is involved in marathon. He does marathon across the country. So he goes around to talk about if he can, everyone really can. So he'll be coming that night to talk to everyone. So it's really, really, really going to be inspirational. And the second guest speaker that we'll have for the night is Andy. And Andy's going around the world because he had lost his partner. He's talking about suicide. So I think it's something that we'll all learn from. And well, as the president of Kildare Toastmasters and as a Nigerian, I wouldn't want to represent Nigeria. I want the club, Lighthouse Toastmasters, to come and support me by bringing yourselves into the meeting and representing Nigeria. So you'll have a chance that day to talk about your marathon challenge. This could be anything related to work, life, whatever it is. 2 minutes, talk about it, and just to inspire the audience. Then Anthony is there. I don't know if Anthony has 1 or 2 words to add to it. Anthony is the Vice President Education for Kildare Toastmasters Club in Ireland. Anthony?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, thanks very much, and wonderful to join in with your fabulous club, Prestige Lighthouse, and Salif, and the bridge that we're building between your club and Ireland is quite honestly amazing. And you know, to experience the night, the international night that we're planning on Tuesday night, you know, joining up with clubs across the world and people from over 20 countries, it's quite amazing that, you know, we go through life once and once only. So why not enjoy this journey and why not make the best out of it? And when I was at Dublin City Marathon this year, to see the marathon runners and pick out 2 marathon runners, one with no arms and no legs, and now he's traveling the world and he's an inspirational speaker. And the girl that was beside me, she said, he'd put us to shame. What are we complaining about? We need to empower ourselves, and we need to just live today and understand the power that we've got. Working together, and the power of Toastmasters. Toastmasters is the best kept secret of the world. Why are we keeping the secret? Why are we not empowering more members to join the family? Angela is testament to this, our president. Her journey from Nigeria to Ireland and what she's doing now and her education and the power and the people she will bring with her. Reaching back with her hand to say, here, you can do it too. And that's what we all can do. It's just we have to stay in positive and we have to travel the world. That's what we're doing in Ireland at the moment. We're running around Ireland. I'm down in Cork running this morning, and we're running for the Alzheimer's charity. So Toastmasters gives us the ability to find our voice. But then once we travel, the magic comes. And that's the icing on the cake. And we love to have you guys join us on Tuesday night, Prestige Lighthouse, and tell us about Nigeria and about your journey and about your marathon challenge. Thank you very much, guys, and thanks very much, Angela. Great to see you guys again, yeah?
Thank you very much, Angela. Thank you very much, Anthony. Just to reiterate the point you made, your event is happening on the 24th. Yes? Angela?
Where?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and I'm sure you'll be kind enough to share the meeting links so we can participate and celebrate with you.
Yeah, I think I have that in the chat already.
Okay, thanks. So please look out at the different WhatsApp groups for both Lighthouse and Lighthouse Prestige. We'll be sharing links to the event so you can participate. And Angela is one of us, so please let us all turn up for our own. Thank you very much. In the words of Anthony, we go through life just once. Why don't we enjoy it, right? So we hope to enjoy with you at your events. Thank you very much. So that being said, we are pressed for time. I would quickly like to acknowledge the new visitors among us, the guests among us. Cornell, thanks for joining us on time. Your evaluation, however, will be sent to you privately. Thank you. Okay, so please, if you're a guest with a show of hands, can you indicate? We'll make this exercise very, very fast. And online too, you can also raise your hand if you're online and a guest too. Angela, I don't think you qualify. Is that you raising your hand? No, that's a round of applause. If you should be here physically, actually, so yeah, that doesn't count. If you're a guest online, you can also raise your hands, and then we'd just like to welcome you to our meeting and have you quickly introduce yourselves. It's very simple: your name, how you found out about us, and your general perception about the meeting.
and what you do also. So if you don't mind, maybe we'll start from the physical and then we'll have you online as the last. Please, show of hands again, please. I didn't quite get it. Ladies first, right? So gentlemen, let us allow the lady in a couple. Do you mind standing up? So we just go. Yes, I think we. So, Madam, the fully dressed or reference dressed lady, can you start for us?
My name is Hannah. I work part-time with the NGO as a education officer. I think this is actually a place to be. I enjoy it in the moment I got here till now. Thank you. Hi, and cyber advocacy for the okay, I usually drink online rather than so what else? Yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about thank you. I think I searched online. No, how do you I did and it's all around working so hard with yourself to do the numbers. Thank you.
Sorry, one house.
My name is Eric Adam.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi. I'm an architect. I just came around and I'm pretty much sampling like Toastmasters around just to see personalities that are fitting into the and I mean I'm impressed by what I saw, what I've seen rather. Corporate people, smiling faces, friendly people, really attracted that. I like the ambience.
So you design sharing on the.
We have two guests online, Mr. President.
Okay, so let's go online. We do have Gloria Robson. Do you mind unmuting yourself and introducing yourself a bit?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Gloria. My name is Gloria Robson, and I'm quite excited to be here. I was invited by my friend, my sister, my colleague, Fumi Ilori. And she's actually been on me to be part of this. And I've tried one or two times to join her, but somehow it's not been working out. And so this morning I woke up and she said, we need to go. And I looked at my schedule and I was like, I won't be able to make it today. She said, you can also join online. Fumi, thank you so much. I must say that I really enjoy this. I mean, I've joined, I've seen everything going on. I really love what I'm saying here. And honestly, I've always wanted to be part of Toastmasters, but this time around, I've made up my mind. The next meeting, I shall be joining and I shall become a member too. Thank you so much, everyone.
Unfortunately, you didn't show up your face, but we'll forgive you because your icon
it's okay. So just manage my profile picture.
We also have Ania Khan. Can you unmute your mic, please, and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So, I am currently a member of Green's Dubai Toastmasters Club, but I visited the Lighthouse Toastmaster meeting sometime in 2021 as a guest. And I've been a Toastmaster since 2020. During the pandemic, while I was in Dubai, but then I moved to Abu Dhabi. I'm currently in Abu Dhabi, but I'm looking at moving back to Nigeria after a while. So I'm reconsidering like changing membership to the Lighthouse. So I'm hoping that the transition will happen sooner than later. But yeah, it's been a pleasure joining today's meeting as a guest. Thank you.
So for those of us online, it's really nice to have you. Thank you for joining. TM Abubakar would like to reach out to you. I'm sure he will contact you directly. So please spend minutes to talk to him there. And for those of us physically here, we'll have our BPM reach out to you in person of TM George Hyen. She's actually our VP education, but please, that's what we do here, right? We help ourselves. So please, after the meeting, spend a minute or two, and she would like to have a word with you. Just a little announcement before we call this meeting to order. Last year, December, we had a very memorable event. It was titled Rendezvous by the Seaside. And at that event, we used it to mark the end of the 2023 calendar year. It was very colorful. We have a lot of pictures posted in the different WhatsApp group. But also, we also had awards that were given at that particular event. Some of the recipients of the award were not there in person to receive the awards. So I would like to give out some basically in this meeting. One of them is our own DTM Kayode. And this award for the Legends category. The Legends category to TM Kayode. So I will spell the name correctly. Thank you. And others, we also had some other winners, and I think we have two of them in here. We have Friends and Family Award, which went to TM Uguna. We had the Shining Star Award, which went to TM Ayodeji. Because we are pressed for time, I'll give you awards later. TM Kayode has umbrella all of you. Okay, so also, it's important that I make a little correction. The TM conference planned for June is actually going to happen on the 9th and the 10th of Lagos, in Lagos, sorry. The venue is not yet fixed, but please, you can actively participate, reach out to ESCOs in the club, and we'll be happy to fit you in somewhere. There's always something to do, right? That's how we do it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Last but not the least, I would like to also talk about our speech and table topic contest that is coming up very, very soon. For Lighthouse and Lighthouse Prestige, we will be having this competition happen at the next meeting, actually. It's slated for the 8th, no, not the next meeting, forgive me, but it's actually slated for the 18th of February, 2023. By 11 a.m., we'll be having our international speech and table topic contest. There is ample time for members to indicate interest to participate. Reach out to the VPEs in the different clubs, TM Abubakar or TM myself. We'll be happy to enroll you for this competition. Remember, this is why we are here, to challenge ourselves, to do better, to be better. It's been a tradition now that people shy away from this kind of things. As part of our New Year resolutions and our goals and just trying to motivate ourselves for the 2023 calendar year, I'd like to encourage us to challenge ourselves to come out for this kind of events, come out for competitions, participate in events so that we can absorb the true benefits of being a Toastmaster. That being said, I would like to quickly rush through the award ceremony. The table topic, the best table topic speech today was won by no other person but TM. Who wants to guess? Our very own TM, Yes, personal. And because of time, we'll quickly run to the best prepared speech. And for those of us that have been here long enough, you might get bored, but it's the same person that has been winning back to back to back to back to back. Our very own. It was that obvious. Yeah, I am the GP. Next meeting, I won't let this happen again. The last time. Okay, so please, quickly, if you know you like to give a speech next meeting, our meetings are typically on the 1st and the 3rd Saturday of every other month. So the 1st Saturday of February will be our very first meeting. Please reach out to TM Ayotola, TM Joy Cheyenne, myself, in fact, anybody you can reach out to for us to schedule you for the next meeting. I'd like to also thank our general evaluator, TM Mimi, for advising us on how we can be more presentable when giving speeches, particularly for those who will be giving prepared speech. I think in your evaluation, there is actually a section for how you're presented, your physical presentation. That is your dress code, right? So I think we can all just take that as an area to improve. But like our Toastmaster of the day says, whatever you wear, you're always going to be welcomed. But let us try to make this as formal corporate, formal casual corporate, however we want to mix it as possible. On that note, I think this has been a very, very interesting meeting. I'd like to thank all of you for your participation. Happy New Year once again. And on, where's my camera? And yes, there are drinks and light refreshments at the park. Please stay behind. And we also like to take a group picture at the end of this event. Thank you once more. Have a lovely afternoon.
Give one sip, please. Okay. Because we're now in the hybrid phase of life, and we're going to be having a lot of virtual meetings. When we speak, do we speak face to face or you speak to my back?
No, there's another camera here.
Do we speak face to face or you speak to my back? See your effulgent smile, right? The effortlessly. The camera is here. Where's the second camera? Yeah.
Here, yes. Please, when we're speaking to people virtually, don't turn so they speak to your back. Face them. I know it's awkward, but face them. Let them see your face, your gestures, your expressions. They are looking at you. They're looking at their camera. You also need to learn how to look at them. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know you want to see their face. I'm talking to them and they see what I'm looking at. That makes sense. Age we're in now, we need to learn how to speak to people virtually, please. Right. Those of us here today, don't come back next time. I'm saying, oh, like this. Don't like to say that because wow. I don't want
So basically, the people last year was what happens is each individual needs. So what emotional needs is different from what human needs. That's how we use it. So what happens is when you pay borders, you answer a certain set of questions. And based on that question that a curriculum will be developed, it's online. So depending on what your interests are, some people want to develop their leadership. Some people want to get into this. Some people want to be balanced. So everybody's called. No two people have the same curriculum. You can see that, and what one person will ask to speak about, and people from what it's not really just about it's about talking, listening. So sometimes they will focus on the content of what you have spoken about. Maybe they can talk about and then you talking about language. you think it sounds very funny, but somebody a question and they answer, I wanted that you that's not the question that I sometimes we have to come and speak on something and then you first go away and come back and at the end of the day, you might not even talk on the topic. Toastmasters is at the same thing because everybody will believe you. You thought somebody was the best person you ever listened to, but the time they couldn't stand it. So this is a place where you learn to be a better version of yourself. It's a place where you can feel the whole. You see, the evaluation from one person, you that are not the person you are giving the evaluation to, you can say, oh, I think I relate to this, I like this thing, like something that what I think I'm going to ask them. I don't know if the person is that, but you can say, it's like driving a car. The first day I drive in the car, you're like this, you can't even look sideways. And then now, like, that's simple, and it's in the that's the way of this. The more you drive, the better you get, the more it's good. And it helps you take advantage of the opportunity. Imagine someone that you always do this, and then there's something you need to put on your hand, that's what's able to do is helps you stick on the course, stick on your course. And then you know how to say, okay, talk about who's the people to person that we not you know the way Nigeria, so you it wants to see yourself as a product that is sellable at any place in time. So I encourage you to join in the happy with teaching on that. So I will be looking forward to welcoming you as the next meeting and yeah, so I'm going to put my number down. We have no questions. We need to confirm because the dollar base that's what it's plugging in the file.
Did you guys still attend that? Special attendance so that I can put you to the WhatsApp group.